On today's boss list, we're taking down Yellowbrow. This boss has a lot of mechanics that can make this fight a lot more difficult. For one, you can't use any spells. So immobilize, that's out of the option. The reason why you can't use any spells is because this boss has a mechanic that when you cast a spell, he'll turn his body gold and become invulnerable. So when the fight first starts, you want to try to get as many hits as you can so you can get as much damage as you can before he casts his first gold spell. Using light attacks against him in this state will not do anything. What you want to do is either a heavy attack or cast Wandering White to knock him out of this phase, stun him, and get some hits in. This boss's attacks are electrified, and they normally start by some type of lightning buildup. If he raises up his foot and stomps it back down, dodge as soon as his foot hits the ground. When you're moving, try to position your character behind his back, and pull off as many light combos into heavy attacks so you can stun him. Once you knock his health down far enough, he'll go into a second phase, and you'll be knocked into a cutscene.
It's magnificent!
Once you get back up, heal if you need to, then start looking for his mace attacks. He'll throw lightning bolts in the ground that'll shoot in a straight line. You can easily dodge these by jumping to the side. Try to close distance, get behind him, and attack his back. He'll poke at you with the mace and do an overhead slam where lightning will explode from the mace and do small area damage. Remember not to cast any spells. You don't want him to go back into his gold phase. As you're knocking his health down, he'll eventually disappear and go into a corner, and he likes to talk a lot. Now you can either listen to his speech or you can interrupt it, but this is one of the most prime times to get some damage in. Now these are a lot of free hits that you're getting, but make sure that you're paying attention to the lightning effects that are surrounding him. Whenever you see this go off, he's about to attack. Once you get his health down low enough again, he'll disappear and then knock you into another cutscene. Once you land, it'll be time for his final phase. If you see him start glowing in lightning, immediately back up to the corner because he's about to do a large area attack. While you're waiting, you can heal, but he does have another attack that you definitely need to look out for. If he raises his mace in the air and lightning starts to glow from it, he's going to bring it down for a slash attack that hits across the map in a straight line. Wait for him to bring the lightning beam back behind his head, then bring it back forward before dodging. Don't do like I did. Now it is best not to cast spells to prevent him from turning gold, but if you slip up and you find yourself casting a spell like a Pluck a Mini, you're gonna have to deal with it. Your main goal here is to knock him out of that gold state. If you have Wandering White, that's the perfect skill to use because it'll immediately knock him back into the normal form. Now heavy attacks like we discussed before are best used here. Just make sure you charge them up before attacking because normal heavy attacks may not stun him. And if you need to, if you have that wind chime ability, you can hit him with that to stagger him. If you're having trouble knocking him back into his normal form, you can always just try to back up and dodge. Eventually, he will transform back into his normal phase, but it may take a while. Just keep your distance because a lot of his attacks are close range. He does have a couple of long range attacks where he slashes across the map, but mainly he'll swipe around his body with that mace. As long as you stay around the edges of the map, you should be safe. He also has an attack where he calls lightning down. You can dodge this by moving away from the glowing areas that light up near your feet. As he's talking, he'll keep on attacking, but you just need to keep your distance until he transforms back into his normal form. Pretty much anytime you see lightning surround his body, just back up into the corner to dodge his area attack. He'll do this multiple times, and it's easy to get caught by because it looks like free hits. If you are having trouble finding openings, just wait for him to start his dialogue. He has long dialogues where you can try to get some hits in. Now let's look at another way where you can knock him out of his gold form. And as a quick reminder, do not use a Pluck a Mini because not only will he become invulnerable and turn gold, he'll cause your own minions to start attacking you. And staying around the edge of the map won't be so easy. But I do advise you keep moving until these minions disappear. Don't try to attack, just wait for them to go away. Now let's knock Yellowbrow back into his normal phase. If you have your heavy attack fully charged, and he's just walking around talking, that's one of the best times to hit him. You can stun him completely, and while he's down, you can just lay on damage. Do as many combos as possible, and watch for his mace start to glow. It's best to end your combo right before he attacks, so you can stun him again. Take your time with this boss, focus on your heavy attacks, your charged up heavy attacks, and take this boss down. I chose to use the pillar stance in this fight. Let me know down in the comments, what stance have you been using to take down bosses so far? Hope you enjoyed this one and learned something new. I'll catch you in the next one.
Keep fighting for others, and in time, you shall fall by their hands.